Hello, and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. Arlington County's COVID case site reported data as of September 12th. The total case count on that day was 60,131, a 6-day increase of 327. As for vaccinations, we examined Arlington County's vaccination tracker on September 13th, but the promised weekly update only ran through September 10th. As of that date, 205,235 eligible Arlingtonians have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. They show that figure as 85.4% of their estimated eligible population of 240,119 Arlingtonians. The increase of 518 vaccinations is less than encouraging because it was for a period of 14 days. New cases are still outpacing vaccinations. 35,058 Arlingtonians, now including young children, remain unvaccinated as of September 10th. We also note that the still unreached 90% vaccination target was established at a time when a single dose was considered sufficient for most people. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations. Arlington Mill Community Center, that's located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, that's located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. In addition, free Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines are available for children as young as 6 months by appointment only. For more information, consult the Arlington County website. Arlington riders will get a chance at some free test rides on Arlington Transit bus candidates. Transit, also known as ART, is the county's public bus network. They will be working with several manufacturers as part of a zero-admission bus trial starting this month into early 2023. The pilot program, also known as ZEB, will allow Arlington Transit to evaluate vehicle performance during actual operation in the county. Bus operators will drive the ZEBs to test battery performance, range, and response to Arlington's geographic features, including some steep hills. The plan is for these zero-emission buses to be integrated into existing ART bus service routes. Passengers will be encouraged to provide feedback on their ridership experience. The test buses will have signs that show that passengers may board for free. The 4 competing companies are Gillig, BYD, Proterra, and New Flyer. In each case, they will use a battery electric bus with charging equipment. This pilot is part of the county's goal of achieving carbon neutrality by the year 2050. To learn more about the test program, visit the Zero Emission Bus Pilot page. On September 13th, Arlington County began offering appointments for a free COVID bivalent booster through Arlington County Public Health. Boosters are available by appointment only. Walk-ins will not be allowed. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, recommends that everyone aged 12 and older receive an updated booster shot if it has been at least 2 months since they completed their primary series of booster vaccinations. You can make an appointment online with Arlington County Public Health through the Vaccine Administration Management System. If you need ADA accommodations or require assistance scheduling your appointment with Arlington County Public Health, call 703-228-7999. Additional opportunities to get COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are also available in and around Arlington through pharmacies and other medical providers. Visit vaccines.gov to find a location near you. The new updated boosters are targeted specifically at the BA.4 and BA.5 subvariants of the Omicron variant. The bivalent Moderna vaccine is approved for people ages 18 years and older, and the bivalent Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is approved for people ages 12 years and older. In addition, Arlington County Public Health is also now offering the Novavax vaccine. It's a 2-dose primary series for those ages 12 years and older. Novavax is another option for people who may be allergic to or prefer not to get an mRNA vaccine. For a complete list of vaccines offered, visit Arlington's website. Be sure to bring your vaccination card with you so your provider can add your booster dose. Children 17 years and younger must be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian.
Here is a reminder, there is a new location for the fall ECare Dropoff. Arlington's next pop-up drop-off for household hazardous materials and old electronics is set for Saturday, October 8th from 8:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at Wakefield High School, 1325 South Dinwiddie Street. Metal items and bicycle donations will not be accepted during this first-time use of Wakefield. Vehicles should access the drop-off routing from South Columbus Street at South George Mason Drive. The county suggests coordinating with your neighbors to combine loads and save trips. This event is for Arlington residents only. For many unwanted items, the county offers safe, easy drop-off and even curbside options for proper disposal year-round. There is an online list of which materials will and will not be accepted. The website provides details on household hazardous materials, such as paint, motor oil, and pesticides, metal and appliances, fluorescent lights including CFLs, electronics, batteries, and a Where Does It Go disposal guide for hundreds of item types. Also, U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona has recognized 297 schools as National Blue Ribbon Schools for 2022, including 7 schools in Virginia. The recognition is based on a school's overall academic performance or progress in closing achievement gaps among student subgroups. Secretary Cardona made the announcement during his Road to Success Back to School bus tour. The Virginia schools named as National Blue Ribbon Schools included Arlington's St. Agnes School in the Arlington Diocese. The National Blue Ribbon Schools program has bestowed approximately 10,000 awards to more than 9,000 schools. The award affirms and validates the hard work of students, educators, families, and communities in striving for and attaining exemplary achievement. National Blue Ribbon schools serve as models of effective school practices for state and district educators and other schools throughout the nation. A National Blue Ribbon school flag gracing a school's entryway or on a flagpole is a widely recognized symbol of exemplary teaching and learning. Up to 420 schools may be nominated each year. The department invites nominations for the National Blue Ribbon Schools Awards from the top educational official in all states, the District of Columbia, U.S. territories, the Department of Defense Education Activity, and the Bureau of Indian Education. Private schools are nominated by the Council for American Private Education. Finally in the news, the Arlington Treasure Hunt is making a return from October 28th to October 30th with a new lineup of locally owned restaurants. It's a kind of bike ride scavenger hunt, combined with a chance to enjoy samples from some of Arlington's all-star restaurants. At each stop, participants will use an online site to solve puzzles revealing the next destination, learn fun facts about the local businesses, and sample tasty treats. Riders can roll out on either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday during the event weekend. In addition, there is a shorter, family-friendly route. Early bird tickets will be available until Friday, September 30th. To register, you can go to https://www.phoenixbikes.org/ATH/. That's enough news for this week. Now it's time for Community Bulletin Board, or CBB.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Our first CBB event is called Cat Castles. Your favorite feline deserves a luxurious living space. Join in and construct cat castles out of cardboard boxes. Your cat will thank you. Library staff will provide the boxes and materials so you can provide the creativity. Think how happy your cat will be when you bring a new castle home to them. Registration is required and supplies are limited. For the current policies on masking, see the Library Operations Update. You can call 703-228-5715 for more information. That's on Tuesday, September 27th from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. at Aurora Hills Branch Library, 735 18th Street South. Our next event is also from the Arlington Public Library. It's the Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Group, and it's a chance to connect with others who understand the challenges involved. This event is being presented in partnership with Arlington County Aging and Disability. The group is for people who are caring for or who have a loved one with Alzheimer's and would benefit from talking to others in a similar position. It's a chance to receive and offer empathy, encouragement, and advice. The group discussion is led by an experienced facilitator. Anything shared in the group is considered confidential. Registration is required. You can register online through the library website. For information, contact Ingrid Kaufman at ikauff@arlingtonva.us. That's on Thursday, September 29th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the Glebe Room at Arlington Central Library, 1015 North Quincy Street. Next up, an Arlington Reads signature author event. Join in for a conversation between author Marlon James and Library Division Chief Peter Petrusky about James's novel Moon Witch Spider King and his Freedom Reads introduction to Pride and Prejudice. Be sure to RSVP for an event reminder. Attendance is first come, first serve, until seating capacity is reached. However, the event will also be live streamed on Arlington County's YouTube channel. RSVP to receive the online link. For more information, you can contact libraryprograms@arlingtonva.us. For the current policies on masking, see the library operations update. You can register online through the library website. That's on Thursday, September 29th from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. in the Barbara M. Donnellan Auditorium at Arlington Central Library, 1015 North Quincy Street. Our next CBB event is for families with kids age 7 and up. It's called Fall Migrants at Fort C.F. Smith Park. Bird watching in autumn provides opportunities to see many exciting species, including migrants like sparrows, warblers, and thrushes. There will be a quick refresher on using binoculars and field guides. Then participants will get to practice their skills on the trail at Fort C.F. Smith Park. Both beginners and experts are welcome, and loaner binoculars will be available. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-852-P, and that's on Saturday, October 1st, from 8 o'clock to 9:30 a.m. at Fort C.F. Smith Park, 2411 24th Street North. Our final CBB event is for families with kids aged 10 and up. It's called Bike Nature. The event will begin in Glen Carlin Park at the Long Branch Nature Center, followed by a nature ride along the W&OD and 4-mile run bike trails. The route will go to the Bon Air and Bluemont Parks. Brief stops may include the Bluemont Park Caboose, the gardens at Bon Air Park, and Sparrow Pond. The route consists mostly of a flat surface with some moderate hills. Be sure to bring your bicycle, helmet, and water bottle. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 612-952-W. That's on Sunday, October 2nd, from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. And there's another ride from 3:30 to 5 o'clock p.m. with the activity number 612-952-X. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. Our first event is called It Takes a Village in Arlington. The Village movement began in 2002, and 12 years later, Arlington Neighborhood Village, or ANV, was founded by community members to help adults stay in their homes as they age. ANV Executive Director Wendy Zenker will describe the village concept and share ways to get involved. This program is offered simultaneously in person and virtually. You can sign up based on your preference. You register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-400-04, and that's on Wednesday, September 28th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. For the virtual version, use activity number 911-400-05. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, have you ever thought about seeing a chiropractor but weren't familiar enough with what they do or how they can help? Get your questions answered by Dr. Julia Ray, a chiropractor from Cornerstone Chiropractic in Alexandria, who will discuss the benefits of chiropractic care and holistic treatment. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 500-01. And that's on Wednesday, September 28th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. at Aurora Hills Community Center, 735 18th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Our next event is all about George Washington's Virginia roots. Born in the Tidewater region, raised near Fredericksburg, and the surveyor and owner of vast swaths of Virginia land, including Mount Vernon, George Washington was first and foremost a Virginian. Historian John Moss, author of George Washington's Virginia, explores Washington's numerous connections to the Commonwealth and their lasting importance. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-400-1, and that's on Wednesday, September 28th from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Our next event is called Election 2022, What You Need to Know. Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th. Are you ready? Find out everything you need to know about voter registration, absentee and early voting, accessible voting, identification requirements, and polling locations. Donald Gurney and Chris DeRosa with the League of Women Voters will provide essential voting information and answer your questions. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-400-09, and that's on Thursday, September 29th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Finally, in 55 plus news, working at the White House. Since 1800, hundreds of dedicated staff members have worked behind the scenes to help the White House fulfill its role as a seat of government, a family residence, and a historic site. Sarah Fling, historian with the White House Historical Association, will highlight lesser-known stories of White House workers throughout history. You can register online at the Parks and Recreation website. The activity number is 911-400-09. That's on Thursday, September 29th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
The Rolling Stones once sang the song "Get Off My Cloud," but you shouldn't take it personally. There are plenty of clouds to go around, and I'm going to introduce you to one of them right now. This is cumulus. Cumulus is easy to identify because it's the bright, fluffy cloud seen so often in children's drawings. It can be comprised of water droplets, supercooled water droplets, ice crystals, or some combination of any or all three. It's nothing for you to worry about as long as the water stays up in the sky. But sometimes it doesn't. There are a few kinds of cumulus clouds. Cumulus clouds are usually a sign of fair weather. They have a flat bottom and a puffy top. Cumulus mediocris clouds are somewhat taller, and they may change and grow into other forms, such as cumulus congestus, which look more like towers. This is all well and good and fun to look at until they grow further. The next thing you know, they can turn into cumulonimbus clouds, which are considered the final growth stage. They're also known as thunderheads, and if that isn't a hint, I don't know what is. Cumulonimbus clouds can produce high winds, heavy rain, lightning, and tornadoes. I'll introduce you to some other clouds later. Meanwhile, keep your eye on the sky and get to know your cloud.
Here is a last-minute update. Clarendon Day will take place on Saturday, September 24th from 11 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m., and 2 WERA shows will be broadcasting live. Nocturnal Wax of Studio 96 and Steve Gieman of Up Jump the Blues. Be sure to tune in. And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.
I sometimes walk at night and I'm not going anywhere. It's just a thing that I seem to do. And the moon is shining bright, or it's cloudy, or else I just don't have a clue. But somewhere in my thoughts I find I'm waiting for a sound, and only one will do. Something new with mellotron, some drums, a flute, and a guitar.